Is Kent Hughes' Christmas gift of bringing Phillip Danault back to Montreal actually a Trojan horse that masks a deeper organizational crisis? With Kirby Dach's mysterious LTIR placement and Montembeault's AHL struggles threatening the entire season? The report from Blaine Potvin on December 18th warned that the Montreal Canadiens were connected to every center on the market. Today, on Christmas Eve, we know that Kent Hughes chose a path of nostalgia and defensive pragmatism. The return of Phillip Danault, the pizza king and former defensive share of the team, was officially finalized over the last weekend, transforming rumor into confirmed fact. But the engineering behind this deal reveals a scenario far more complex and concerning for roster health than anyone anticipated. The original report pondered whether absorbing the $5.5 million contract of a player in offensive decline, operating at a 15-point pace, was worth the investment. Hughes answered yes, but at a severe tactical cost. While the December 18th report celebrated the positive steps in Kirby Dach's recovery, with him skating in full gear and showing promise, the salary cap reality forced the front office's hand. Dach was placed on long-term injury reserve on the same day as the Danault trade. The Christmas present arrived wrapped in a medical certificate. Let's examine what actually happened with the Danault acquisition, because the surface-level narrative masks deeper complications. The Habs sent a second-round draft pick, originally from Columbus, to the Los Angeles Kings. That's a low price for a veteran with elite defensive credentials, but it's a high price for someone producing minimal offense. The fit is clear. With Dach now officially on LTIR, Danault arrives to stop the defensive bleeding in the middle. He's not the offensive savior. Oliver Kapanen was actually performing well in that role, but he brings the stability that Martin St. Louis was desperately requesting. But here's the contradiction that can't be ignored. The original analysis suggested Danault would be an instant upgrade for the bottom six. Now he's being forced into top 6 minutes immediately. That's not the role he was supposed to fill. That's a Band-Aid on a much larger wound. The Kirby Dach situation is where this story gets genuinely concerning. On December 18th, there was hope. Dach has been seen skating in full gear. There's optimism he might be ready before Christmas. That was a narrative. The reality on December 24th is starkly different. By placing him on LTIR to create salary cap space for Danault, the Habs are signaling one of two things. Either the broken foot is more serious than publicly acknowledged, or the organization sacrificed Dach's short-term return to guarantee the veteran reinforcement. Either way, that idea of Dach on the wing with Suzuki has been indefinitely postponed. The timeline that everyone was banking on just got significantly longer. Then there's the Samuel Montembeault situation, which is genuinely alarming. The plan was for him to go to Laval on what was essentially a confidence-building vacation. Montembeault will start both games, the analysis stated. The result? He played both games. The Laval Rocket lost both. Instead of returning as a savior, Montembeault returns to Christmas with more questions than he left with. Pascal Vincent's comment, "He needs to find his game parameters," now sounds like a warning siren. The Habs enters 2026 with a massive interrogation mark in goal. But the present is chaotic. The future has one bright light. Michael Hage. This is a name to watch while eating turkey. For Hage, the World Junior Championship is living a childhood dream. In the pre-tournament games over the last few days, he's been a dominant force, showcasing versatility, center or wing, that scouts have praised. He's playing like a legitimate first-rounder, justifying the fan base's excitement. While the current roster struggles, the future prospect pipeline continues to deliver. This Christmas is bittersweet for Montreal fans. The Habs have their veteran center back, but they don't have their young star center healthy, and they don't have a confident starting goaltender. Kent Hughes acted as promised. He made a move. He brought Danault home. But the cost of that move, sacrificing Dach's timeline and entering the season with goaltending uncertainty, might prove to be steeper than anyone anticipated. The question now is whether Danault's defensive stability and veteran leadership will be sufficient to keep the team competitive in the playoff race. Whether his presence can compensate for the loss of Dach's offensive upside. Whether Montembeault can recover his form before the season spirals further. These are the real questions facing Montreal as they head into the new year. The pizza is served, but the bill is being paid by the LTIR. What do you think about the Danault trade now that we know Dach is on LTIR? Should Kent Hughes have waited for Dach to recover before making this move? Or was a defensive stability worth the sacrifice? Is Montembeault's AHL struggles a sign of deeper issues? Or can he recover his form? Drop your thoughts in the comments and hit that like button if you think this Christmas trade might have unintended consequences for Montreal season.